Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I want to give it a little disclaimer before I explain what the heck I'm doing. I ran out of blue ink, so I had to switch to my black ballpoint pen. I don't know how this is going to go, but we are drawing a cryptid today. Very creepy critter. I thought that I would dive into some of my character design with a more detailed approach. So a lot of the stuff that I do on my channel, it's very thumbnail oriented, it's very quick, shows you how to start the drawings. But I thought, hey, why don't I go into a more methodical approach to certain body parts? You know, for example, hands and the way the arms bend and muscles and everything. So this creature right here, obviously it's looking straight at us as if you're walking through the backyard because you heard a noise in your property, and then all of a sudden you catch this thing staring at you. Pretty scary. So if it was like this, then what I would do is I would say that whole left arm is probably resting on this creature's left leg, and we would have to really be careful about how we place in the body parts. It's pretty long and skinny leg too, and I think I'm just going to do that. But you can see how I'm just outlining certain body parts. This is going to be the knee, and then I'm outlining the thigh right here. Alright, so if you're trying to draw along with me and you're wondering how to place these body parts in, just know that a very simple outline will go a long way into determining whether or not you can put details in that specific area. So for example, if you're doing a hand, you see how I'm approaching this slowly. The shape of the entire hand on the top of it is coming in first. It's almost like a triangle shape. And see how light I'm putting those, or the shape of the hand in there. I know that the knuckles are going to be right here, and I'm just marking them off. And then I know that each finger should not be pointing out in the same direction. That seems to be a problem with a lot of character design. There's a lot of feeling and a lot of energy that can happen within the fingertips and the entire hand design for your characters. And I think that's an opportunity often missed with a lot of character design. And I see it a lot in portfolios where the fingers and everything are just pointed in the same way, and it's pretty boring looking. In the back, I really wanted to show that it's pretty human-like. You got your long head and your short head of your tricep muscles. You got your deltoid right here. Okay, and then right around the bend, right here is your brachialis, the arm being squished together like this because, you know, it's bending over and it's resting. I want to show that. Okay, so you notice how some of the outlines that I'm putting in here start dark and then they get lighter. That is because whenever you start a new line and it's going a different direction, you can go dark to light. And that usually helps add attention to a new body part and create depth at the same time. Because you'll see a lot of varying line weight throughout this creature. So you got your scapula, you know, you got your latissimus muscle shown in the back, but you got your tricep poking out a lot farther because it's closer to us. Up here, this is the trapezius muscle, and it's wrapping around the back. Now this creature doesn't have a big neck. Well, it has a big neck, but it's not long. So I wanted to show that, and I could probably go in and change some of the jaw right here because the ear is going to be connected to the back right here. So there's going to be a lot of big neck folds. A lot of that loose skin is going to be folding up right there. Okay, well, let's get back into these fingers, huh? So you got to think of the knuckles as different parts. I like to put, if I'm doing something detailed like this and it's very methodically put onto my page, I won't necessarily put in huge shapes with my pen because you can't erase this thing. I don't want my pen lines for the construction lines to actually show through this time. This is more of an illustration. So I'll very lightly ghost in what I want, and I will work it into parts. So the pointer finger, I will concentrate on the pointer finger first. So we got the knuckle. Okay, and then what I like doing is I'll just hold up my own finger. You know, I'll hold up my own finger and be like, what is my finger doing? A lot of times beginner artists will complain because they don't know anatomy, and it's just like the anatomy's right there in front of you. You're just not using your own body for it. A lot of the times, if you're an illustrator for novel covers, they will get their friends to pose for them. And these novel covers could be for fantasy, for sci-fi, and they'll get their parents, their best friends to just pose for them as a body, and they will use their friends' anatomy, and then they will just place the clothing on top of them and make them into the character that's showing up in the novel. So do that. Have your friend or whoever's with you to pose, or set up your camera if you can, and pose for yourself and see what your own body is doing. It helps. It goes a long way. All right, so a lot of this, you know, we got your wrist in here and making sure the wrist shows up. You got your forearm resting against the thigh. All right, so notice how I'm just very lightly placing in tiny new little strokes throughout the arm. All right, this is a little bit more of an advanced approach too. So the muscles that are showing up here, you know, I'm not going to name off every single one because I don't expect all of you as the viewer to memorize what I'm saying. This is more of shape language than anything. So you can see how I'm going to the middle fingers right here. You know, you got your pointer, your index, your ring finger, your pinky, all of that. And also, because this is a cryptid and because it's not of this earth, or if it is of this earth, then it's pretty evil and demonic, I'm going to accentuate some of these body parts to really make them pop. So for example, the height of the knuckle bones. Okay. Notice how the pointer finger that I have right here, instead of drawing the finger straight across, I put just a little bit of pizzazz to it, just a little bit of energy, and I dipped that curvature down on the finger. Okay, and you could probably do the same thing up here. Well, the reason why you do that is because you don't want to be predictable whenever you draw these. Stiffness happens because we're very predictable on the body parts that we put in there. All right, so for example, the thumb coming out on the side right here. I'm not going to draw the entire thumb, but I am going to draw some of the bigger knuckles. Now, the thumb is turned towards the side like this, so we're not going to see much of it. But we do see some of the big bones of the thumb coming through. Now the knee right here is in the way, so we will just have the outline of the knee. And I'm trying not to cover up too much of what I'm drawing here, but I also have a different light on this, so hopefully it's a little bit better. I had somebody suggest that I don't use the warm light. I'm going to use the white light because maybe some of the detail isn't showing up. So comment below if you guys like the white light on my drawings or the warm one. I think both of them have their merits, but we'll see. I do listen to opinions because I just want to make sure that these sketches are enjoyable. And also, I've been getting comments about how these longer drawings are good to watch too, which is why I've been buttering you guys up and saying like, hey, I'm going to have a 5 to 6 hour drawing coming up soon where I'm not going to edit anything and you're going to see the entire process. So I can't wait to do that. The two fingers in the middle, that's a common gesture within a lot of paintings too. The two fingers are going to be together. Very long and lanky fingers. I mean, it's a cryptid, right? So you want that. Now, here's where we can get a little creative and make sure that we're not going to get boring. See how that middle finger, it's going to be the longest one, it's going straight out. The one right next to it, the ring finger, and we'll just call it the ring finger, I'm going to dip that down just a little bit so the angle is not the same as this. You want to add just a little bit of variety, no matter how subtle, to your drawings. And this entire thing is being drawn with a light touch. Even the skin hanging down from the finger. The tendons coming up to connect to the carpal, right there. You can see the wrist coming through. There we go. That bump in the wrist is very important. Regardless of what you guys are drawing right now, if you're doing a character especially, even a creature, if you have the forearm drawn, don't go straight into the hand shape. You have to show where those carpal bones start, because those tendons and ligaments have to attach to that section. Okay, so let's see what we got here. If you guys want me to throw some terms out, I will. Like these tendons right here, these are your extensor digitorum tendons. That's what they're called, or ED tendons. You know, and you got your MP joints. So your MP joints happen on the thumb right here, and also near the knuckles. All right, but I don't want to throw a bunch of terms out. I just want to give you like a surface name for it, because a lot of you are beginners. And yes, it's good for you to just know the terms right away, but at the same time, I don't want it to overwhelm your senses when you're trying to learn how to draw at the same time. Okay, like these are your dip joints right here. DIP joints. Right there, you can see the joints right before the nail comes out. And another really cool effect, if you're doing something that's not nice, as in not a nice creature that you'd want to talk to on a daily basis, having the claws come out attached directly to the finger looks really good. Especially if you're drawing a witch, or if you're drawing some kind of, you know, demonic creature, or cosmic horror, whichever one. There we go. So the pinky tends to sit at a lower angle, and I think what I'll do is put the knee in here to come out. Okay, now I'm just going to draw the edge of the thigh. It's a rather skinny critter, and it doesn't need to be giant and muscular. So we'll just put the behind right there. There we go. And we won't worry too much about the calf muscle right now, because my attention is towards that hand. Hopefully you liked today's lesson too, with a focus on the hand. Notice how large the hand is. I wanted to accentuate that hand size today, mainly because, let's just face it, a lot of hands for character design are way too small. Feet and hands. And I know, it's one of the most annoying things to draw when it comes to figure design, or figure drawing, that is. Hands and feet are avoided. I remember when I first started learning how to draw figures, I would hide the feet. If I'm doing a character, I would just draw plants down there at the bottom of the drawing and have them stepping, you know, in nature, but I would have logs or plants covering their feet. Or the hands, I would try to hide them as best I could with like a weapon or some kind of trench coat. It gets to the point where, well, I'm going to have to show those body parts now. Okay, so now we are putting in some little details here, just to accentuate some of the muscles. I'm very lightly putting in wrinkles and some shading. I'm brushing the pen strokes across. So those of you that are coming into my channel for the first time, I want to welcome you. I approach drawing at all levels, all skill levels. So I do have a lot of videos where I go over thumbnail sketching and reigniting your passion for drawing. If you're already an artist and you're just trying to up your game, then these types of videos where I teach details and how to take your drawings to the next level, hopefully these are helping you too. All right, there we go, folks. So we got a nasty little cryptid and showing some hand gesture, some things that you can do. Well, we're not done yet though. I'm going to turn my sketchbook and I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to go to the very tip of the nail and I'm going to brush up some lines going back up into the finger. Like this, very carefully. I'm going to do it again over here. And I want to make sure that I'm not going outside of the lines of the nail. I like how sharp they are, and I want to keep that, especially the tips. There we go. I'll just have to do it at this angle, so I don't want to turn my sketchbook all the way around. I want to keep the body upright. The sharpness isn't really existent right there, so I'm gonna make that nail a little larger. It's the middle finger anyway. And then last but not least, well, no, actually not last. We got this one because we're gonna have to do the thumb. So I'm gonna brush over some values, and then the thumb could be over there. There we go. Kind of a dirty thumb, but whatever. I think the middle nail I'm gonna make even longer. That's pretty mean looking. And then I'm just gonna go through here and brush in very lightly with my pen some light lines, and I'm going to follow those tendons. And I think this is due for some shadow right there. Eventually I could go back over this entire drawing and do some shadows and everything, but that, folks, is how you do the left hand to a nasty cryptid creature. All right, comment below if you enjoyed today's lesson. Let me know what you're working on. Check the links in the description below too, because we have a Discord. You don't have to be a creature designer to join it. We have contests, we have forums where you can show pics of your pets and your studios that you're just setting up, your daily doodles that you're working on. You know, we accept all kinds of stuff there. It's so much fun. Sign-ups are going on now for my Creature Design for Film and Games class that begins at the end of April. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in that. It's an 8-week course. That's where the abdominal muscles are and where they bend. So I'm going to keep those kind of light. That's not my focus. So the body right here isn't my focus. But you got your rhomboid, you got your scapula, everything back there. All right. There we go. Why don't I hint at the feet, or at the legs, just a little bit, because this creature is probably going to be anchoring most of the weight on the creature's right leg, or have the arm come down. But I'm not focusing on that. I'm just focusing on this hand. So I love drawing with pen, because every single little line that you put in really shows up. That's what makes it so beautiful to draw with the pen. There we go. Even the little wrinkles on the knuckles. That's how you add realism to your hands, folks. Combination of light, medium, and dark lines. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Continue your drawing. If you haven't drawn yet and you're thinking about getting that sketchbook out of your closet or your bedroom, go do it. All right. See you later. Peace.